Today we are going to use Photoshop and InDesign to create a postcard. This postcard is going to have a front and a back. We are going to use drop shadow effect for the text. We are going to use a text frame, and we are going to use the inset space for the text frame option, and we are going to use the paragraph. We are going to define the paragraph style as well. Okay, let's start. And first thing first, we need to come to Photoshop, and you go to File, Browse in Bridge, and I put this file on my desktop. You can come here and access your desktop, and it's in the quiz folder. So it's a JPEG picture. Instead of double click, I forgot this computer has two versions of Photoshop. So if I double click, they will launch the old version, which I don't need. I will just, it's a little slow, okay. Just quit this Photoshop. So I'm going to right click and open with Photoshop CC. So because this postcard is going to be for the print, so we need to change the mode from RGB color mode to CMYK. Let's say OK. And it will desaturate it a little because CMYK is not as bright as RGB a lot of times. So, and also we need to check the image size. We want 300. This we want 7.5, 5.5. Okay, that looks okay. The width is 8.8 and the height is 5.5 and the 300 dpi. That is the standard industry size for the printing. 300 dpi is equals to pixel per inch. Say OK. And then I'm going to see the two file size type we can save this for the print. It says save as. One is PSD file, which is default Photoshop file. Another one is a TIFF file. For this tutorial, I'm going to use the TFF, which is a TIFF file. Rid of this, give a new name, and I say save, LZW, okay, everything good. Now I don't need the Photoshop, I can close this image. And quit Photoshop. If you don't need to use some program, it's better to close it because it's going to make your computer run slower. Okay, now we launch InDesign. That's where we are going to put everything together. We go to File, New, Document. Number of pages, we need 2 pages. We don't need a facing page. Just uncheck this one. It's going to be horizontal 7 by 5, and the margin we can leave that, and the bleeding because the picture does need to the ink. We need the ink come over the edge, so we need this to be have the bleed 0.125. That's a standard. So notice this red mark is the bleed area. We say OK. So after we do this, we come to File. We can save as. Desktop, save into, like I said, everything is better to be in the same folder. So I will just replace this. It's called Olive Garden Postcard. CC, replace. I'm going to use master page, which we talk about weeks. Everything, if you put it on master page, is going to appear on all the pages you have. Come to a master, double click it. So it's kind of like if this is dim, that means you are working on the master page. And the command minus is a shrink down, and the command 0 is a fit document in the screen, and command 1, command 2, 3, 4, they all equals to some, like if it's command 4 is a 400% zoom in, command 3 is a 300%. So I'm just going to use command 3 for now. Is a 300% for this a master page. I'm going to set a stroke, which you should have this one on your panel. If you don't, you can find from here, window, stroke. Okay, so I set here already, so I just need to one click, open the stroke area, and I'm going to use the rectangle tool, click that, and draw frame here, draw a rectangle thing. So I come here for the option, so I need this to be solid, I need this to be 20, and notice there is one thing is if I set to 0, you can see I have this, and on the stroke option, if I set to 10, I have something like you can put a stroke split, well, it's here, and some outside. If it's 10, it's a split, inside is 5, outside is 5. If I click here, so everything is inside. If I click here, everything is outside. So right now, I just want to do like this. So 10, I see 20, 20 will be good. So we can check the presentation mode, it's like that, okay. So W or escape, we're back to this regular normal mode. So I'm going to change the size 7.25, 5.25. So that will perfectly the size for this frame. I'm going to also check this, align to margin, say okay. I'm going to check it's going to be perfect right on here. So now I need to change the color. So here is the stroke color. I want to click that. You can assign the color from here, or you can add a color. Press this one, you add a color, and you just double click it and change this color is a CMYK color. So I feel like kind of want this, looks like a dark eggplant color. And say okay. That is my stroke thing being set it up. You can see from here you have the bleed is covered bleed, and also inside from the page margin to inside you still have this a little bit like a 5 or 7.5 space for the inside stroke. Then I come to page. So I double click the first one. Notice it is here. So I will just click here. Then I need to put my image inside. I use the rectangular frame tool, or you can just go to File, Place, and choose this TIFF file and say Open, and the content placement thing, and I'm going to drag, put it here. So it's bigger than what I need. Don't worry about it. I'm going to put it here. So right now the image is on top of the frame. So I don't need that. I want a frame on top of the image. What I can do, I cannot select this frame because it is on the master page. But we do learn the trick how to override it, which is a Command Shift, click this frame. Okay, now the frame, the blue line appear. That means now you can edit, hold down the mouse and go Arrange, Bring to Front. Okay, now the image is right there. You can hold down Command Shift to shrink image down. Shrink image down. So I have a little bit of space underneath, which is alright. I just put it here, a little bit over it, no problem. Okay, when the guide, you can see the image is put right in the middle. This outside the bleed area, this thing is going to be cut, which is okay. That's the first. And then I need to add the text. We use the text tool to create a text frame. The difference as InDesign and Illustrator and Photoshop is InDesign everything is inside the frame. So I'm going to draw a text frame. I'm going to type Olive Garden, and then I'm going to highlight it, going to change the font face, want something nice and bold looking.
What's the name of that icon right there? What's the name of that right there? That list.
That is InDesign. I'm going to change the size here. Okay, and the color, click this. I'm going to change the paper color, Olive Garden. So by double click this little corner here, we will snap the frame, text frame inside with the content. And we come to the drop shadow, FX on the option, and we say drop shadow. I'm going to move this a little bit inside. 6. 6. Okay. 75. I'm going to give a little bit more. 95. I want to really stand up. 0.3. 3. Okay. And the second one, I'm going to do this, draw a text frame. This, I'm going to do the grand opening. Going to highlight it, use my eyedropper tool. So click here, grand opening, and eyedropper tool. Click again, add shadow, double click it, Olive Garden grand opening. I'm going to make this text a little bit bigger for the grand opening. I'm going here, I'm just going to type 42, and notice the text frame is smaller, so it got shrink. Okay, now it's good. So again, I want to check align the margin. Okay, I want to be perfect here. So I just use the arrow key to move this a little bit up so I have more space for my text frame box. Okay, now we go to File, Save As. Again, we save this, place that. And the next we are going to use text frame 2 again. We are going to do a little box to set up the time. And here I'm going to put fill instead of stroke. First, I want to click this yellow thing. I want to make it has a corner. Look, there's a 4 corner on the yellow. I make it rounded. And then I'm going to set up this color to paper. And stroke to 0, that's good. So I'm going to shrink to put enlarge inside. I'm going to select that. Okay, and the text, going to click inside. I'm going to put the time tab. Oh, you don't need the tab, just say time space July 22nd, 2006. Please $198 Forest Garden Avenue, NY. Okay, so right now everything is crunched here, so we need to come to select this text frame, hold down it, and come to text frame option. We need to use our inside spacing 0.1, 0.2. Okay, I like this result better. 0.2. We say okay. So I really want this to be shown underneath here some of the images. I don't want to be like look like one piece of solid white here. What I can do is from highlight this, select this using your selection tool, and select this text frame, and come to the option, and we come here and see fill, and we set this to be 60 or 70%. That trick was used quite popular in the design era. So that you can see the background image is like a half transparent, but the text inside is still solid, crystal clear. Okay, I need to change this font to something. And there is font. I want to use the Georgia. Do I have this font? No. I have this one. Change to be 14. Okay, And the next thing I need to do is set up the tab. I come to the type, come to the tabs. So I need to set up where I want this to be. To give a tab here. Tab. Okay. And come to the paragraph style. I'm going to create a new paragraph style. I'm going to option, click this new thing, and open this one, and I'm going to see tabs. On here, I'm going to set up this here. Yeah, I'm going to 0.05. I'm going to set up the indent and the spacing. The first line indent 0.5, left indent minus 0.5. Paragraph. Okay, so after you select this tab, look, the second line is moved to inside right there. So I just need to shrink this down. Okay, now it's looking good. I need to align this again. Okay, that's good.
That's what I want it to be not.
And then I want to actually increase the spacing in between this. I just double click this tab and let's see. The size and the leading is normally is a 2 point bigger than the size. Now I want to increase it. I want 18. Look, the leading between the lines is increasing. So see 20. Okay, I like this result better. Okay. Now we finish the front. Now we come to the back. Always save it before you continue. Come to the back. And we are going to use the text tool again. We are going to draw a text frame here. The word, I'm going to type from here, but first of all, I want to set up this text frame inside. Text frame option, spacing, I want this to be 0.3 inches. Okay, now it's better. 4, yeah, because I don't want it too close to the edge. Okay, like this. And align center. Vertical adjustment, align center. I say okay. Text frame option. I feel like I want to start from the top. Okay. Join us for our experience and Sunday night. Saturday, July 22nd, 2006, 3 to 9 p.m. Experience grand opening. Well, enjoy dozens of free food and one tasting. Sample appetizers and desserts. Available. Okay, after I finish this, actually you can go to edit in both Illustrator and InDesign. You can have a check spelling. I believe I did on purpose. I spelled something wrong, and let's see. Check spelling says, oh, this one is wrong. Okay, let's see. Change this one. Yes. Opening, change one, change sample, change appetizer, change this doesn't have it because I typed really wrong. Available. Okay, change. Okay, that's wonderful. I love this function because you can do the spelling check here. Okay, after we're done with this, I want this to be aligned to the center. So you just come here and on the character, click this alignment here. And then I need to change this spacing. Come here and still using the tab tool, highlight here. If you press Command A or Control A, they will help you to highlight everything here. I need to change the tracking to 25. And this also there is July 22nd. This one need to be up, up, up. Okay, the same thing on the first page, July 22nd. The ND need to be up. Okay, and I need to change some font here. Fancy font, scripting, and change the size bigger, 24, okay, and select all again. Going to come to the paragraph and check it. Okay, it is align center. Okay. Is everything good? I'm going to change the whole thing to white color. So click here, go to T, white, because there's a frame color. I want to change the frame color to the new color we signed. Okay. Now I come to the frame option, text frame options. I will see, okay, align center. Well, I will see inside the spacing, I will see, okay, probably the top, unlink this, the top I want to set to 6, 0.6, 0.7. Leave some space unless if you need something to be added here. Okay, after we're done with this part, we go to here, we come here and type the OliveGraden. Change the, going to use the same font we used before. I'm just going to highlight this and change this, and then I'm going to change the size to 18. I'm going to change the color to this. Okay, Olive Garden. And snap on, and I'm going to copy the address from here to here. And here I don't need these tabs, I just need to basic paragraph and hit enter. Okay. So there is another thing I want to add is the generate QR code. So that is going, when people receive this card, when they scan it, they can get to your website. Say website, http://www.olivegarden.com. Okay, so I'm going to put this right underneath here. Okay, that's good. Going to shrink this down, Command Shift and shrink this down. Okay, now we finish our postcard. Alright, and another thing, I probably want to change this text color into the color we signed, so this way you don't have a lot of color going on. And I want to change this frame color to 70, come to a little bit 80%, so the text will read better. Okay, now we say save.